Tell me all your secrets, darling. Tell me all your lies. Don't forget my face. Your memory leaves me hypnotized. Falsely coded words of fancy. Blessed are your eyes. Trapped within your necromancy. You won't let me die. Even immortals make mistakes. Even the powerful fall for lies. What you thought you were winning has become nothing, dust and flies. I will pay my price with your soul, your long-lived life of theft and vice. Taken, not so softly given, extracted from your incandescent life. It's too late for you. It's too late for us. It's too late for you. Just give up the prize. It's too late for you. It's too late for trust. It's too late for you. You thought you had me dead and I can't be forced to be your day bridge. I can't be made to keep you on the rise. I will not light these lamps that you gave me. You will have to be your own sacrifice. If you don't follow all the words that I am saying, I won't begrudge what you don't realize. Nothing can save you from my power. I have lived so many different lives. It's too late for you. It's too late for us. It's too late for you. Just give up the prize. It's too late for you. It's too late for trust. It's too late for you. You thought you had me dead
Hey everybody, welcome back to Smith Stack Pack a Day Habit here in the studio with your host Adam on your Thursday. Bubble in my throat. Night before pre-release for Lorwyn Eclipsed even. So yeah, there's going to be some Lorwyn content this evening. I'm going to be opening a couple of packs, and then we're going to take a look at some prep I want to do. And maybe, well, what I was thinking was we could maybe do a little reaction to the professor's Lorwyn Eclipsed prep video. And, you know, just kind of see if we can have some fun with that, too. Anyways, thanks so much for being here, everybody. I see Fuzzy Falcon's here, Lord of the Decks is here, Snoop is here, Rebecca, babe, I see you, you're here. Wow, we got the whole crew here today. Well, thanks for being here, everyone. You know, it's my great pleasure to have anybody watch my videos. It's, you know, it's quite shocking to me that anybody would be interested in seeing a, you know, strange middle-aged man with headphones on talking about Magic the Gathering, yet here we all are. And so thank you all so much for being here with me. And my guitars, and, you know, my empty desk over here that soon I'm going to be setting up my little painting station. I like to do miniature painting as well. We might add in some of that content in the future too. Now, you may have seen in the description for this channel that I have changed up the schedule a little bit. Not much, but I'm going to go back to doing recorded videos during the week. And so I'm going to be scheduling those for 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. We're going to do Pack a Day Habit. And that's partly because I need to reduce the cost that I've been incurring cracking multiple packs every day. So we're going to just bust it down to short videos, Monday to Friday, single packs, and then on the weekends we can have some more fun. At the same kind of time, you know, between 1 and 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on your Saturdays and Sundays. So yeah, we're gonna get into it, and probably on the Saturdays and Sundays we'll do a little bit extra too. You know what I mean? Like I'll be trying to do more stuff on this desk too. I'm gonna try and get another camera angle going on, or at the very least we're gonna be using this the one down here that takes pictures of the cards. Probably use that over there to also capture images of the miniatures that we're gonna be painting too. And I can show you my old Skaven army too. It's still in okay shape, a little dusty, but yeah, it'll be worth taking a look at. To show you what I used to be able to do, now I got to relearn how to do all that painting. Anyway, with that all out of the way, let us switch on over to our pack cracking view, and we're going to make sure that the camera is actually going to do its job. Bada boom. And yeah, we're going to crack one of the last Lorcana packs. There's only one more after this, but we're going to get her done. Bear with me here 1 second, folks. Just realized I didn't have a light on. So, Lorcana, Whisper in the Wells. Let's get it. Let's get to it. Yeah, you know, she's a wonderful lady, my girlfriend. Oh, Ma, you're here too. Wonderful. Good to see you. I might be one of the only streamers, and this means world to me. I'm probably one of the only streamers that regularly has their mother in the chat. And I love that so much. I hope you guys love it too. You know, she's such a lovely lady and has done so much for me, of course, in my life. And Ma, it's just great to have you here. All right, so the twins. I mean, yeah, there they are, the Lost Boys. They kind of look like the Robert Munch monsters too, right? A little bit. Shere Khan, keen-eyed hunter. He's got no text. He's just a 3/3 for 2, so value there, and he quests for 1. And we got Finnick. That's a big baby. Baby Bonjean. As it were. Hang on a second, you guys. I'm having trouble here with this light. There. It might be better. Finnick. Tiny Terror. He's not so tiny. Munchings and crunchings.
What a juicy apple. Remove up to 2 damage from chosen character, and come on out. You pay 1 less to play characters named Goldie. Goldie is me.
We got Detective's Badge. Yeah, protect and serve. You know what I like to do is protect and sleeve. Huh? Fragile as a flower with a frying pan. Right? Yes, thank you so much, Snoop. Like the video, everyone, so that we can get into the algorithm a little bit more. Nana! This dog has all kinds of flavor. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? Who's a boo-boo, Nana? Canine Caregiver. Yeah, nice card. And the Robot Queen. We've got this one a bunch of times in that box. Yeah, a lot of repeats in that box, gotta say. The Blessed Bagpipes. I mean, I do love me some bagpipes. You know what's... Fun fact. We are planning to go on a trip to Scotland in August. And I'm doing everything I can. Pulling out all the stops, making it work as best as I can. The only thing I'm not doing is stopping cracking cards. We're going to go. And we are going to see the Tattoo at Edinburgh Castle, which is a really cool outdoor live show event that involves a lot of bagpipes. And I am looking forward to that so much, you guys. I am so looking forward to that. It's going to be me and Rebecca, and my brother and his kids and his wife, and my ma. She's coming too. Yes, what are you saying there, Resborg? Going to the hospital tomorrow? Oh, buddy. Yep, you have my prayers and all of my best wishes, man. All of them. And, you know, I'm sure I'm speaking for everyone when I say, you know, we're rooting for you. And we hope that it goes as well as it absolutely positively can. And, yeah, hopefully we'll see you kicking around here a long, long time, my friend. Blessed Bagpipes. And we'll play some, what's that song? Oh, it's slipping my mind right now, but there's a really wonderful bagpipe song. Maybe I'll find it and we'll play it just for you. We got The Horseman Strikes. Ah! Wait. Yeah. Just like that. Ooh, Little John. I got a super rare Little John, you guys. Little John. Ain't much fun hanging there, Rob. You know what? Little John's one of my absolute favorite Disney characters of all time. Him and Robin Hood, the best. Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest, laughing back and forth with what the other had to say. Reminiscing this and that and having such a good time. Oodalolly, golly, what a day. No, actually, Lord of the Decks, there's some really good, hopeful bagpipe songs. Like Amazing Grace. Mushu! What up, buddy? Eddie Murphy. You like Eddie Murphy? I like Eddie Murphy. Who doesn't like Eddie Murphy? The Mushu. Alright, well, that's a pack. That is a pack we did crack. And best card in there was Little John. I would say, though, most fun card was the Horseman Strikes. You gotta watch out for that. No Will Smith tonight. It's not even Will Smith, it's Robin Williams. Snoop. I'm gonna come through this camera. I'm gonna get you. And we're gonna make sure that you say Robin Williams next time. Okay? Anyway, Little John. I don't really think it's necessarily, card of the day material, but we'll put it up there just in case. Alright. And yes, best of luck, best wishes there, Resborg. Again, we're all rooting for you. We're all pulling for you. And hope it goes well. Alright. Shall we uno mas before we get to the other festivities? I think we might as well. We might as well. Some people are just here for the cards. So, yes. It kind of is a Skeletor. It's really just the echo, tape echo. But Skeletor sounds a bit more nasally like,
Haven't you ever wanted to do something evil?
and then He-Man might say, haven't you ever wanted to do something good? In fact, actually, they did say that in an episode. To each other. Anyway, let's do a Core 2021. Cracking the pack just for you guys. Let me just whisper in your ear a little bit. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday evening with Smith's dad. Turn to slag. Yeah, I mean, that's gross. Look at that guy. He's literally turning to slag. 5 damage target creature. Destroy all equipment attached to that creature for 5. It's an expensive killing blow. And it's not even going to kill everything. But if you're playing against a cloud that still happens to be 5, or if you've whittled him down and then you can play this on your your last main phase, maybe you can get rid of something like that with all of its equipment attached. Secure the scene. Exile, target non-permanent. Its controller creates a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, for 5, except that you give them a creature. I don't know. For 5, it should just take it out. And we've got Vodalian Arcanist. Adds a mana, colorless. Spend this mana only to cast an instant or sorcery spell. Yeah, I mean, that works pretty good on other people's turn with the water skin. Right? I mean, it doesn't untap itself, but really, 2 water skins is just better than this in a water skin, though. In my opinion. Let's see here. Destructive Tampering. I see you, Resborg. Legend of Dragoon would be an insanely awesome Secret Lair set. I'd buy that. Destructive Tampering. So for 3, choose 1. Destroy target artifact. Creatures without flying can't block this turn. Okay. I mean, those are kind of 2 strange things to have on one card that you choose between. But it's good. I mean, it's a Swiss Army style stuff, right? Colossal Dreadmaw. There's a nice big 6/6 trample for 6. Right? Right? Right. I mean, this is straightforward green. Just green goodness right there. I love that artwork on there, too. Look at him. He's just grinning. You know what this reminds me of is that scene... Did you guys see the new Jurassic Park? Where there's the sleeping T-Rex? Yeah, that sleeping T-Rex is pretty funny. I sure hope so, Fuzzy Falcon. I hope we get a Grim Tutor. Wouldn't that be awesome? We've got Portcullis Vine. So it's a 0/3 for 1 with Defender, and that's alright for 1. And then you can tap and sacrifice a creature with Defender and draw a card. Okay. I mean, alright. I'll bite. That'd probably be okay in Commander. Right, if you've got, like, lots of walls. Return to Nature. So for 2, you can choose 1, destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment, and exile target card from a graveyard. This is better than that other one that we just saw. What was it called? Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh yeah, it's better than this red one that we just saw, the Destructive Tampering. This is better. See, there's this for 3, or there's this for 2. This is better. No, actually I haven't. Skeleton Archer. This is okay. So a 3/3 for 4. Skeleton Archer enters the battlefield. It deals 1 damage to any target. It's okay. You get the value of the mana out of it, but no more. No more than that. Anointed Chorister. We've seen this before. 1/1 for 1. Lifelink. Gets +3/+3 till end of turn for 5. It's kind of meh. Mistral Stinger. A 2/2 for 3 with flying and prowess. Oh, that's pretty decent. That's decent for the mana. Prowess, you know, kind of makes it worthwhile, but I think you can get a better card for 3 than that. It is just a common after all. And then we've got Experimental Overload. And so for 4, you can create an XX blue and red weird creature token. Oh, they made a creature token of me? Where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Okay. Then you may return an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, exile Experimental Overload. Okay. That's good. That's really good. This would be really good in Commander, wouldn't it? Especially if you're doing like a mill deck with lots of sorceries and instants. Yeah, that's good. Me likey. You could potentially have a really big creature on your hands there. And then you've got Tormod's Crypt. Sacrifice Tormod's Crypt. Exile all cards from target player's graveyard. That's handy. It costs 0. Yeah, 0 cost cards are good. I mean, the fact that it doesn't cost you anything, this is a great card. Dominaria's most extravagant crypt nevertheless holds an empty grave. Bears your name. Yeah, kind of nasty. And then we've got Heartfire Immolator. We had this yesterday, or no, day before or something, I think. Same deal. 2/2 for 2 with prowess. That's pretty good value. And then sacrifice Heartfire Immolator. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker. So kind of like the Heartfire Champion, isn't it? Heartfire Hero. But that does damage to players, I think, instead. And it's when it dies and you can't sack it. This one you sack it on purpose and it deals damage to target creature or planeswalker. So this is a great one to murder a planeswalker. Ooh, and we've got Discontinuity. Little mythic action there for you. A 6-cost instant spell. And as long as it's your turn, this spell costs 4 less to cast on your turn. So really, it's a 2-cost? End the turn. Okay, I see it on your... Okay, yeah. So this can help you, not lose the game. There's a lot of cards that say at the end of... when you go through your end phase, you lose the game, or something else nasty can happen to you. Well, you can use this to avoid said effect. Right? So, yeah. That's probably card of the day. I mean, it's kind of like a game-breaking effect if used properly, right? So, looking at card of the day for sure. And we've got Thornwood Falls. And enters tapped. You gain 1 life. And it's a dual land. Snoop loves these. These are like, next to foils, the only thing better than this is if this was foil. And that's the sort of thing Snoop just loves. If you guys didn't know. If you get any of these, you should just really send them all to Snoop. Because he loves them and he uses them. And if he has extras, he puts them in a pillowcase. And sleeps with them beside his bed. Or in his bed. I will, Snoop. I'll do it. And yeah, we got another useless. I hate when we get these useless ones. Not even a token in there for you. I mean, the game doesn't stop here. You can go to MTG Arena. I like Arena. It's pretty fun. It's free to play. Yeah, except for all the temptation. My recommendation is if you're going to play Arena, but you play with physical cards too, save your money for the physical cards and just play Arena for free. And just save up those coins and you can buy packs. All right, you guys. I think that's a pretty easy one to call for today. Little John's a great card. I love Little John, but Discontinuity is your card of the day. There you have it. Game-breaking mechanics. End the turn. I mean, you could use it for its full cost to just, skip somebody's turn. which is great. But the real deal is when you use it on yourself and you avoid losing the game due to, you know, mechanics that you have placed on the board to make yourself super powerful. Gives you an extra turn for that win con. Yeah, big time. Discontinuity. We're gonna sleeve that up. We're gonna just go ahead and sleeve that sucker right up here. All right, let's get him in there. Boop. Boop, boop, doop, boop. Oh, yeah. Snoop, take one more look, buddy. I know. This is cool, too. I really like this Tormod script. I'm actually going to sleeve that up, too. Ooh, I do not have one of those. Now I do. I guess I shouldn't say, like, when I get one of these, I'm like, I don't have that. Well, yeah, Smith. Now you do. It's right there in your hands. Tormod script. Pretty cool. What else we got, though? I mean, nothing else really stood out too much to me. The experimental overload is cool, though. I mean, you could potentially have a big creature. It's useful. And you know what? It's the only one of those I have, too. So why don't we sleeve that up? Maybe I'll start working on a spell slinging deck. Hey? Hey, maybe we'll start a spell slinging deck. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, you guys. Well, that was Pack a Day Habit. Here's your little John, just in case you missed him. I miss him. He's so good. All right. All right. So, other things that we have going on today. Now, I was thinking, oof, it's a hot one. It's a hot one, you guys. I'm hot. It's been hot in Calgary. It's supposed to be cold. It's January, but we've had we've had positive double digits. Today was windy, so it wasn't quite as hot, but yesterday it was like 11, 12, 13. Actually, I think it got up to 18 degrees in some areas. It was a hot one for January. But yeah, so I think, what should we do? Let's go and have a little look-see at what the professor is saying. So we're going to swap on over to the computer screen, and we're going to pause our music, and we're going to listen to the professor. And I'm going to comment too. You guys feel free to say whatever you want to say in the chat, and we'll see what he has to say.
Are you ready to attend Lorwyn Eclipsed pre-release? Well, by the end of this video, you will be. Magic the Gathering is starting 2026 off with a bang, jumping straight into a set I believe might end up being the best of the year. And no,
yeah, I'm with him. It's the first set,
it looks
but it might be the best.
Good. It's Lorwyn Eclipsed, and pre-release events are going on
all there's some pretty cool
long
sets that
this
are
weekend.
Scheduled to come out.
Pre-release is one of the best ways to experience a new set, and it's one of my favorite ways to play Magic. Period.
Me too.
Whether
I love
you're a
pre-release.
brand new player, an established one, or somewhere in between, pre-release is the event for you.
Yeah,
Pre-release
I love
events are a form of
pre-release.
sealed tournaments where you receive a pre-release kit, usually containing 6 sealed packs of the newest set, as well as 1 promo card and a 20-sided spin-down die, which you'll use for tracking your life total. Using this kit, and as many basic lands from your local game store's basic land station as you'd like, you'll build a deck of 40 cards to battle against
Indeed,
other
40
players
card format
who
is
also
fun.
built decks out of their pre-release kits.
Okay. Also, what comes in those are dividers that you can use, in your boxes, like the bundle boxes. The dividers that you get in the pre-release kit fit perfectly in those boxes, and they're wonderful. I love them. It's great to have them. You can separate stuff. It makes things way easier to organize.
Now, if you've never attended a pre-release before, or if it's been a while since your last one,
have you
maybe
guys?
you haven't been to pre-release since the last time Magic's been to Lorwyn, be sure to check out our brand new player's guide to playing in a pre-release or sealed event. This video will tell you everything you need to know.
What's the best pre-release, favorite pre-release you guys ever did?
Absolute scratch. It's also a great video to hand to a friend that
Yeah,
might
you
be
just went
bringing
on one,
along to
right,
pre-release
Resport?
with you. But this
Or are
video
you
will assume you
going-
know the basics of sealed deck construction and focus on how to succeed at Lorwyn's pre-release specifically.
Oh,
In this
Snoop,
video,
you're missing
I'll
out,
cover
buddy.
everything you need to know to take your pre-release experience to the next level. I'll cover the set's mechanics, archetypes, and the key cards to be aware of when looking through your sealed
See, this
pool.
is what you
I'll
want.
even build a deck together using
There's a
this
reason
pool
he's like
that
the
I'm gonna
number one
open on camera
MTG
in just a
streamer.
moment. We've got a lot to cover, so let's crack open our kit and take a look. But before we begin, let me just
Oh,
take in
Bloomborough,
this
yeah.
beautiful evening.
Oh, so good.
Why don't I have a
So
seat?
good, LOD.
Hey, look up here. I'm Mooncrow Prof, and I'm here to talk to you about Micro Center and tell you facts about the moon.
I actually love this guy, man.
Did you know
The
the
heck?
moon controls the tides? And also Dell laptops
Oh,
are only
God.
$479.99 at Micro
Tarkir, hey?
Center.
Okay, yeah.
What's happening? Dear God, what's happening?
What did
Now
you get in the
You shall
Tarkir?
give me facts about the moon and or Micro Center, or I will crash into
So
you
this is
so
just his
hard
advertisements,
you'll
but
need
he
to
makes
steal
them
an ocarina
so
to turn
good
back
and funny that
time.
it's like you kind of want to
Navi,
watch them.
help! Navi
Blah, blah,
is
blah,
dead,
blah, blah,
so
blah.
is the pony. Moon facts now, or you shall join them.
Moon
the
facts?
moon was formed when a big asteroid hit the Earth like a billion years ago, and Micro Center has locations everywhere. We don't know that's what really formed the moon. It's only a working theory. And also, there aren't micro centers everywhere. There isn't one on the moon. But there are 30 micro centers all across the country, including Santa Clara, California,
Double
Phoenix,
full
Arizona,
art
plus
misty
a brand new
rainforests.
location is opening in
Nice.
Austin, Texas in late
Nice.
2026. Mooncrow Prof demands one final
Yeah,
Mooncrow
jeez.
fact, or I'm coming down there. But there's just so many more things to say about both the Moon and Micro Center. For example, neither charges above MSRP for Magic the Gathering products. The Moon confirms this to be true. And both the Moon and
Lord.
Micro Center
Okay,
control
enough
the human
enough
mind.
Micro Center baloney. Let's
Hooray!
get
See
on
you
with it.
tomorrow at Mooncrow Center.
Oh god.
What?
Oh god. All right then. All right
Let's
then.
start by opening up this pre-release kit and seeing what kind of deck we might build.
Well-
as always, I recommend organizing your cards as you go.
I mean, the box
best
looks
way to
nice,
do
too.
This is by color and converted mana cost.
Color
I
and
usually start by
converted mana
just
cost.
grouping all of my cards into their appropriate color in Wooburg
Mm-hmm.
order, and then arrange them by mana cost
Wooburg.
while separating the commons from the uncommons, rares, and mythics. I do this
Yes,
because
sir.
the uncommon cards are going to give me the strongest signal as to what sort of deck I want to build.
Yes,
so
sir.
easy visualization is the key.
But it's
Once you
also a
have
good
all 6
idea to
packs
look at
opened
what
and
removal you
organized,
have.
You can really
Importantly,
get a feel
what
for
removal
what
do
cards
you
and
have?
colors you might be interested in building a deck around. Looking at the pool currently in front of us.
Oh, man,
what's
if you
the
pulled
first
Lumra
idea
and
of
Bloomborough
what you'd like to
pre-release,
build
that'd be
with it?
awesome.
I've actually gone ahead and linked the
Taster
entire
of
pool
Wares.
in this video's description, and I'll show you
Chomping
what
Changeling
I
is
built
cool.
using this pool at the end of the video. But first, let's go over some of the brand new mechanics in Lorwyn Eclipse.
Immolation. Mechanics.
The new mechanics of
Vivid?
the set
Is he gonna
form the
talk Vivid?
skeleton upon which the rest of the limited environment is built. When attending a pre-release,
I'm not
it's
sure
helpful
really
to
how
come
good
in
the
with an
new mechanics are going to be. I
understanding
feel
of
like
mechanics
the
of
tried,
the
tested,
set
and
already in
true
mind. This will
strategies
save you
are
a lot
gonna
of
work
time when
well
building
for
a
this
deck
set.
from your pool. By knowing the mechanics, you'll be able to look at a card and say, Blight 2, okay, I know how that works, and move on to evaluating that specific card's viability.
I feel like a
for
lot
the
of people are
deck
going to
that
fall
you're
into the
building.
trap of
Lorwyn
blighting.
Eclipse has only
They're gonna
2
find it
brand new
attractive,
mechanics, which I'm going to
and they're
cover
gonna
in
blight
some
themselves
detail,
out of the
but
game.
it also has a pile of returning mechanics,
That's what I think.
which I'll cover more briefly than the brand new ones. There are only 2 brand new mechanics in Lorwyn Eclipsed, Vivid and Blight. Vivid is a new ability word that cares about how many colors among permanents you control.
Vivid.
The name is a reference to the Vivid lands from original Lorwyn. which were, at the time, premier multicolor fixing in Standard. Your vivid count will always be between 0 and 5. Vivid creatures
The
are
red Blight card?
incredibly powerful when you have
it
many
is.
colors of permanence in play. The threshold for many vivid creatures
However,
to become playable is a vivid count of 2, though of course it scales up from there. The most straightforward means of increasing your vivid count is building a deck
however, you could
comprising many colors.
get rid of your own creatures that way pretty easy.
There is a lot of permanent-based multicolor fixing in the set to enable this, especially for green decks. But you don't have to play green, or splash a bunch of colors at all, to increase
If you've
your
got
vivid
anti, it's
count.
worth it.
Perhaps the best way to increase your vivid count is by including some of the many hybrid cards in the set. Hybrid cards can be cast off of mana of a single one of their colors, but in play they count as being both colors. That
Indeed.
means a 2-color blue and red deck.
Yeah,
could
those are
reach
the
a
key to
count
Vivid
of
for sure.
5 if you
But I
run
feel like
hybrid
that's
cards
going to limit
that
people.
touch
Like,
the
you're
other
not going to
colors.
see
The
people
other
really
notable way
winning
to
with
increase your
Vivid
count is with
in pre-release,
artifacts
because
that
how many
can
of
become
those
color of your
cards are
choice,
you really going to
forging
get?
Lorcana and Puka's Eye. The second new mechanic in Lorwyn is Blight. -1/-1 counters feature prominently in Lorwyn in various ways, and Blight is a big reason
Look at that
for
artwork.
To Blight, you put a number of -1/-1 counters equal to the Blight number on a creature you control. You do need to control a creature to Blight onto in order to Blight, so keep in mind that you don't just get a freebie Blight if you have no creatures in play, but you can put more Blight counters on a creature than that creature has toughness to survive. For instance, you can Blight 2 onto a 1/1 and make it extra unalive.
Yeah, that's how you
Blight
get the
is a
value out of
significant
it.
drawback to weather, which means you should not be blighting lightly. But many Blight effects are quite powerful to make up for the downside.
But it's a
Furthermore,
target-
there are
like, it's a
many ways to remove
counterspell
counters from permanents
that's
you
worse than a
control for
counterspell.
some beneficial effect. These abilities pair exponentially well with Blight.
Because you're
only
not sacking.
removing the
Okay, your
downside
creature
from
dies.
Blight,
Maybe
but
it's
giving
like
you an
leaving the
additional
battlefield
bonus
stuff.
on top of that.
But I
As
feel like
said,
a regular
there are
old
several
counterspell's better.
deciduous mechanics returning in Lorwyn Eclipse,
Unless you're
some of
building
which were
towards
first introduced in original
leaving
Lorwyn.
the
I'll
battlefield.
discuss each of
that
these
sort of
returning
thing.
mechanics very briefly and highlight any rules quirks that you should be aware of.
Blah 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 blah. Advertisements.
Up to 50%.
Hush
The
now.
first returning mechanic is Changeling. Changeling
I
is
like
a
Changeling.
keyword that gives a creature every creature type.
Well, it was great
Changelings
having you here,
throughout your
LOD.
decks,
Thanks for
kindred
joining
synergies.
us. I hope you
What
have yourself a
are
great
kindred
sleep.
Synergies? So glad that you asked.
Yeah, I'm
Kindred
sorry,
is a
Snoop.
card type that adds a creature type to
Man,
your
I'm 45. What do you
If a
expect?
card
There's things I don't
references,
know
for
how to do.
instance, a goblin card, non-creature cards with a kindred goblin type line are included. Note that the same is not true when a card says goblin creature. Kindred
kindred's
non-creatures
useful.
are still non-creatures, even though they have a creature type line. Double face cards return in Lorwyn Eclipsed with a never-before-seen twist. These DFCs in Lorwyn Eclipsed can only be cast on one
DFCs?
side, but they have a clause that allows them to transform
Oh, yes,
if you
Money
pay
Penny,
the
check out
stated
my
cost at the
DFC.
beginning of your first main phase. Behold returns from Tarkir
Yes,
Dragonstorm
Alex
in
Trebek, I'll
this
take
set.
DFC
To pay a
for
Behold
600.
cost, choose a creature of the stated type or
Your
reveal
mother
a
told
card
me
of that type from your hand. This is a great example of the Kindred card type in action. You can reveal a non-creature Kindred card of the required creature type to pay Behold costs.
Kindred
There is a
sorcery.
cycle of champions in Lorwyn
Merfolk.
Eclipse that also require you to exile the card you beheld. This is a fixed version of the champion a creature mechanic from original Lorwyn. You'll get the card you exile.
I was watching
back when the card
MTGA
that
Hillbilly.
championed it leaves play. So the
He
downside
plays
is only
MTGA.
temporary.
He had early
That said,
access.
if your champion gets countered,
And
you do lose the card you exiled.
the
from
merfolk,
it.
from
So
what
be
I
careful
saw, were not
running your
doing so
champion
hot.
out against a blue player with open mana. Evoke returns
The elves
in Lorwyn Eclipsed.
were
Evoke is a mechanic
doing
on
pretty
some
good.
elementals that allows you to cast them
Vibrance.
for reduced costs.
Oh,
If you
look at
do,
that
you'll have
doggy.
to sacrifice them as soon as they enter play.
An
Evoke
elemental
creatures in Lorwyn
incarnation, but it
Eclipse
looks like a dog to
specifically
me.
care about the color of mana you spent to cast them, so be careful that you don't accidentally evoke one without paying 2 of the same color mana. Otherwise, you'll have thrown away your card for nothing.
Yeah.
Persist is a powerful mechanic that brings a creature back when it dies with a -1/-1 counter on it if it didn't have 1 on it when it died. The ubiquity of -1/-1 counters in this set means that it won't be uncommon for a creature that has Persist to die with a -1/-1 counter on it that it received through some other means. But remember, there are many ways to remove -1/-1 counters from your creatures, even those that come back with persist.
I don't.
Convoke returns in Lorwyn Eclipse as well.
I'm
Mechanic
personally not
works as it
seeing the
always
upside
has before. You can tap creatures to help pay for
of
convoke
blight.
costs.
Call me
Remember,
crazy.
you can tap summoning sick creatures to pay for convoke costs as well.
I feel like this is going to be tribal stuff is going to work, but doesn't work great in pre-release either. I feel like just classic pre-release tactics are going to work.
In Lorwyn Eclipse Limited, the strongest synergies are kindred ones within
Sure,
each
there's a
of the
few
8 major creature types of the plane. Kithkin, merfolk, elementals, fairies, giants, goblins, treefolk, and elves.
I'm
The
most
9th
excited
major
about
creature type,
the
shapeshifters,
elementals.
doesn't have much self-synergy, but rather serves as glue in support of all the other
I like the shapeshifters because the previous shapeshifters haven't been super great.
Though some of
So
them
I'm
have
excited to get more.
representatives from outside their color pair. As there are 8 creature types but 10 color pairs, there are 2 color pairs without much
Abby, look up
kindred
here.
synergy. Green, red,
Everyone look, it's
and
Abby.
green, blue. These 2 color pairs are better
You can
served
pet that
by
dog.
leaning hard into the vivid mechanic rather than a kindred creature strategy. But I'll go into greater detail about that at the end of this section. One last note on the archetype section before we get started. As a general rule, when you build a kindred deck, you should plan to include as many cards from the relevant creature types as you open.
Well,
Rather than say that for
yeah.
every single creature type that I discuss here, I will instead call out key cards to each archetype, with particular attention paid to cards you might not know fit the deck. Green-white is the Kithkin Go Wide deck. Kithkin are back in Lorwyn Eclipsed, and they're here to flood the board with a lot of little guys. The Kithkin in Lorwyn Eclipsed are all within the green-white color pair. Most Kithkin in the set
Abby's
reward
licking.
you for
Can you
having
guys
a lot
hear
of
it?
them. One of my favorite
She's making a
low
lot of
rarity
licking
cards for
noises.
this archetype is
Off
the Flashing
camera, she's
Festival, a 3-mana uncommon Kindred Kithkin enchantment
a bit
that adds
obsessed.
2 Kithkin to the board right away, then acts as a mana sink to pump out additional Kithkin.
I love the
in
art.
late
What do you guys
game.
think? I mean, this one in the middle
To
not
my
as good, but those
extreme
tokens
delight,
really cool.
The blue-white
Wow,
deck
this is cool too.
Convoke Merfolk. In this set, the
Convoke
Merfolk are
Merfolk.
largely designed to facilitate your
flying
convoke
Merfolk.
spells. This means there are lots of untap effects and additional rewards.
More
for
flying
tapping
Merfolk.
To that end, one of the more important commons to this archetype is Unexpected Assistance. A powerful card draw
I think those
spell
flying
with
Merfolk
Convoke.
would work.
Temporal
If
Cleansing
it,
is
you
an
know,
excellent
I
removal
feel like
spell
those
for
are the ones you
archetype,
want to get.
as is Protective Response. Convoke isn't the only way to tap your creatures for profit, mind you. Several merfolk ask you to tap other merfolk as part of the cost of their abilities.
Right.
Magnus Pro was a game.
More ads for you.
It made
Yeah, I hear that
disappear.
the combat tricks are
In
a
blue
big
black,
part of
you'll be
this.
building a tempo
right?
deck,
Like,
and you'll be building
and
it with
it does seem that way.
fairies. The fairies deck is
All these
a
creatures do
disruptive
something.
up-tempo deck full of small evasive creatures and spells to cast on your opponent's turn. Unwelcome Sprite and Voracious Tome Skimmers are your best payoffs for this deck. Unwelcome Sprite in particular is one of the strongest uncommons in the set. The biggest pressure point with this deck is that there actually aren't that many fairy cards.
Yeah,
that
I
are
heard there's not very
There's
many.
only
Everyone's kind of
one
disappointed in
common
that,
fairy
right?
in
Like,
each
what
of
is
the
like
archetype colors,
6?
and only 4 more
or something?
fairies at
Oh,
uncommon.
no,
You
8.
probably need at least 3 copies total
8
from
fairies?
among Unwelcome Sprite, Voracious Tome Skimmer,
It's not a
and
lot,
Nightmare
really, is it?
Sower to make building this deck worthwhile.
Not
The
a lot of fairies.
Goblins of Lorwyn Eclipsed make up the red-black color pair, and this is actually a sacrifice deck disguised as a
Yeah,
kindred
you're
deck.
not wrong
The
there,
twist,
Snoop.
though,
Like
is that
they
there aren't
kind
any
of like
sacrifice
went heavy
goblins
on
in the set.
advertising
Instead,
fairies,
you get your
and
death
now
trigger
it's like there's a
payoffs
lot
by
of
blighting
goblins.
onto your own creatures.
A lot
This
of
is by
goblins and
far
elves,
Blight's best
boggarts.
color pair, and it's the only archetype where you actively want your own creatures to die. You can also kill off your own creatures the old-fashioned way by getting into combat with them. Given how many goblins have death triggers, your opponents will often be reluctant to trade or even block with some of their larger creatures. The goblins deck
Oh, yeah,
wants
the
to
Gristle
close the door
Glutton, yeah.
quickly before your opponent can exploit the card disadvantage that killing off your own creatures creates. As such, Bogart Mischief is an incredibly important uncommon to this archetype, providing valuable reach in addition to more bodies.
Okay.
The Elf deck in Lorwyn Eclipsed is a green-black graveyard deck. Elves in this set care about having an elf in your graveyard, and many of them mill cards to help you get to that
Dawn-Hand
benchmark. Iron Shield
Eulogist.
Elf at uncommon is a hard-to-remove threat that can put an elf in your graveyard manually. Lethally blighting onto an elf is another way to guarantee that you get one into your graveyard. Midnight Killing at common is a great way to fill your graveyard while also providing
graveyard
valuable card
play.
selection. We've seen similar cards from
It's
past
for
limited
graveyard play.
environments
I don't
like
do a
Capture
ton of
Grab
graveyard
and
play.
Dredger's
I really
Insight
should.
overperform, and I expect the same to be
I
true
want to do a
for
spell
Midnight
slinger deck
Killing.
next, but
Once
then
you have a
maybe
soft
after that I'll
graveyard,
try doing
Unbury will
some
become one of your
graveyard.
best forms of card advantage, returning 2 dead elves to your hand for 2 mana at instant speed.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
While there are elementals in every color in Lorwyn Limited, the highest density of them are in the blue-red color pair. As such, the blue-red big spells deck is elementals, and the elementals archetype wants you to cast spells with mana value 4 or greater. As is often the case with big spells matter archetypes, there are lots of ways to loot and rummage
Tweeze.
through your deck, which helps solve the classic wrong half problem, drawing too many big spells and not enough
Tweeze
early
is pretty
game,
funny.
or vice versa. Because there are elementals in every color, and because blue and red are
Luminolosk.
the 2 colors that pair with green for the
Okay.
dedicated Vivid deck, many elemental decks will actually turn out to
Okay.
be flavors of the
Gain
Teamer
life
Vivid
equals the number of
archetype.
colors among
Multiple
permanents.
low rarity 2 mana ramp spells in
Great
green
Forest
make casting
Druid.
4 drops ahead of schedule a
The
lot
Druids.
easier, and the green
Ah,
focus
1
allows
mana
you
of
to
any
splash
color,
large
0/4,
elementals
that's
in
good.
other colors. And once you're splashing a bunch of elementals at the top of your curve, you might as well include some of those vivid spells in your pool. The next 2 kindred types fill the color pairs of red-white and white-black respectively, but both of them also brush green a little bit. You don't have to include green in your deck when building around either of these creature types, but you will sometimes want to.
Will
as
you?
The color does offer a relevant card to each archetype. What's more, both archetypes deal in a similar strategy.
Well,
The combination of red and
Giants
white, as
remove
well as a
counters, huh?
little bit of green, is the home of the
splash of
giants
just a
on
splash
Lorwyn,
of green.
and the remove
Little
counters.
splashy splasharoo of
Something
green.
for giants is a kind of unburdened,
The Hovel
which here
Hurler.
translates to removing counters from your creatures for beneficial effects. This isn't a unique mechanic to giants by any means, mind you. Kithkin,
Yeah, removing the
Treefolk,
counters
and
is good.
Merfolk each have a white creature at low
Remove the
rarity that also
counters.
incorporates removing counters from themselves. Because there are not many giants in this set, red-white decks you build will not rely as much on kindred synergy as many of the other color pairs. Instead, you'll want to build an assertive value deck
Sting
that
Slinger.
combines powerful blight cards with your creatures that easily remove counters from themselves.
Oh, that's
As
pretty
such,
good,
this
though.
Is another deck that loves
2
the
damage
blight
to each
mechanic.
opponent. It costs a lot, though.
White black
2 mana
is
and
the
a blight.
Treefolk color pair in Lorwyn Limited. Though if you open several Great Forest Druids or Tend the Sprigs, you may be better off building an Abzan deck. Tend the Sprigs especially is an exceptional card if it regularly generates a 3/4 in your deck on resolution.
That
There
is
aren't
pretty
really any other
cool.
payoffs for building around Treefolk in this set. As such, I recommend treating the white-black like a mid-range value deck rather than a Treefolk deck. Like the red-white deck, white-black has several ways to remove counters for value. In other words, in white-black, you should plan to blight to your heart's content. Red-green and green-blue don't have a specific creature type associated with them.
You
though your
gotta
deck
build
may
the
borrow a
board
little
state
bit
to
from
make it,
kindred
like,
payoffs from
not
any of the
just
colors
fail.
your deck touches. Mainly, though, your
That
deck
can
should
be really
built to
tricky in
maximize the
pre-release.
vivid mechanic. This is a multicolor ramp deck through and through. The uncommon vivid creatures in red, blue, and green are all excellent if your vivid count is regularly 3. And ideally, you'll be able to increase your
Right, and
count
this
to
is a
5
pre-release
without too much trouble.
video,
Color
too,
combinations
right? Like,
can
I
easily
mean-
splash white or black bombs that require only a single pip of that color. And
You're
will
gonna have to get
often
some pretty
actively
specific
want to.
cards and card combinations for that to work, like, properly for you, consistently.
Identifying
for,
the
5
bomb
rounds.
cards that you open is the key to building a great pre-release deck, rather than a mediocre
Alright,
one.
this is probably the
With
most
many rares in your
important part of his
pool, often
video.
across a wide spread of colors, it can be difficult to know which ones are the best of them if you haven't seen any of them before or played with any of them before. That's why in this section, I'll discuss some of the best bombs in each color, the kind of cards that tell you should absolutely be building a deck in that color. White has several great rares, all of which encourage you to build an assertive go-wide deck. The two best are a pair of 3 mana value engines.
I mean, okay.
Johnny, Outland
So is he saying these are his picks for the best in color? Because, yeah, the Ajani is good, but I feel like it's not fantastic. I feel like it's going to be removed. Just
Chaperone
you put
and
it out
Bridget
if you
collect
put it out
Kate's
turn
heart.
3,
Both
it's
cards
just
ask
going to be
very little
gone.
of you. They will win the game on their own if left unanswered. Morningtide's Light is another interesting card that will often win you the game on resolution.
Yeah, okay.
You can use this to
I
clear
agree
away
with that.
all your opponent's blockers for a lethal swing, or you can use it to blink your own board full of ETB creatures.
Yeah, that's
Either
a
way,
wicked
it's
card.
a great effect. Blue has multiple good rares, but 3 stand head and shoulders above the rest. Sunderflock is one of the best possible payoffs for putting elementals
So,
in your deck
cost
that I can imagine.
X less to cast, where X is the greatest mana value among elementals you control. Well, the elementals are pretty big, so makes sense. But you got to have it on the board. And, I mean, it's a 5/5 with flying, which is great. Return all non-elemental creatures to their owner's hand. That can really mess somebody up. The only thing is, if you're playing against someone else that's doing elementals, and I get a feeling that most people are going to try and play elementals. You know, if they get enough elemental cards that work together, I think a lot of people are going to be playing the elementals side of this. So I don't know how good this will be
tempo swing that can technically cost
in
as
pre-release.
little as 2 mana. And then you have a 5/5 flyer. Honestly, this is one of the best.
I mean,
rares
5/5
in the
flying's
entire
good on
set.
its own anyway,
Harmonized
right?
Crescendo is another ridiculous card. One of the best generic Kindred payoffs in Lorwyn Eclipse. It's at its best in Merfolk and Fairy decks, where
So, Harmonized Crescendo, choose a creature type, draw a card for each permanent you control of that type. Yes, if you can build a tribal deck in pre-release. This is the thing. Like, I'm running into some problems with what it's saying here. You're probably not going to really be able to rely on getting that many, tribalized cards to really capitalize on this stuff. I mean, you hope you would. And are you going to have very many of them on the board when you play this for 6? I disagree. I don't think that this is a
you're
bomb
most likely to have a wide board to both
in
pay the
pre-release.
conversion
I don't think
costs
it
and
is.
get the most out of its card draw. Lockmare is the strongest standalone blue rare. It's an excellent home for blight counters and will ensure you never run out of things.
So you can stick blight. Okay, it comes with 3. Yeah, I guess if you're playing like the remove blight counters with this, but it's a horse serpent, you're gonna play this with your giants to really get the best out of it. I don't know.
To do with your
Yeah,
mana.
Snoop, you're not wrong. It can be
Most of
really good,
Black's best
but
rares
it
are
has
all
to be
payoffs
played
for the
in a
various
full
Kindred
tribal deck.
strategies that touch black.
If you
But
have,
the best black rare, and
half
likely
your
one of the best
creatures
rares
are
in the
not
set, is
tribalized
great
like
even
they
outside
usually
its
are
Kindred
in
deck. Bitter Bloom
pre-release.
Bearer,
It's not gonna
also
work.
known as Bitter Blossom on a stick. If you
Bitter
can
Bloom Bearer. Yeah, this is a cool card. I love that you can just consistently, if you keep it on the board, you get to create these 1/1 blue-black fairy creature tokens with flying. This is a great card. And yeah, it's bitter blossom on a stick. I like that. It's a good
cast
analogy.
this card on your opponent's end step after they've tapped out for their
The
own
art for
2
Bitter
drop.
Blossom is nicer, though.
Guaranteed yourself at least 2 flying bodies for 2 mana. And if they don't kill it on their very next turn, the value Bitter Bloom Bearer generates
Yep.
will run away with the game.
Yeah, I like it.
Red has some of the weaker rares in the set. It has multiple rares that are perfectly serviceable rate cards, but few.
All right, what's he say? He says they're not great. End Blaze Epiphany deals X damage to target creature. When that creature dies this turn, exile a number of cards from the top of your library equal to its power, then choose a card exiled this way until the end of your next turn. You can play that card. And then the rest of them are exiled. Yeah, that's only going to get you so far. Goliath, Daydreamer, Giant Wizard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, exile that card with a dream counter on it instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. Whenever this creature attacks, you may cast a spell from among cards you own in exile with dream counters on them without paying its mana cost. Okay. I mean, that could work. But yeah, I suppose he's not wrong in these two.
That will actively draw you into the color.
Yeah, the second
Fine
one's
Rock
decent.
Tyrant is the most notable exception. This is
Flying and Wither. So that's awesome. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell with a single target, you may copy it. Yeah, this is really good. So if you do those spells, gain Wither. That's awesome too. You may choose new targets for the god. This is a fantastic spell. It's better than most of the spells that we've seen already. It's, and he's saying red doesn't have very good. I mean, I respect the professor. I do, but he's wrong.
Outstanding evasive threat in and of itself.
In pre-release,
If you
he's
manage
wrong.
to untap
This is
the
a great
thing and start
card.
Copying your removal spells, it won't take very long for you to.
I think
emerge
Tweez is good, too.
victorious. I'm also quite fond of Scuzzback Scrounger if you have plenty of blight fodder or ways to remove the counters. If you can make the blight one downside negligible, the mana this card produces will put you very far ahead indeed.
Yeah.
Green has
Yeah, so
several
those are
good
all
rares
things
as
you can
well,
use
including the
pretty
best
much any deck in
champion
pre-release.
cycle, Champions of the Perfect. This green champion is not only an exceptional card
'Cause you're probably gonna
for each
play,
engine, but it's also a 6/6
two main
for
colors
four.
and a splash of
Meanwhile, Aurora Awakener is perhaps the best vivid payoff in the whole set. If you have a vivid count of 5, resolving this card will often immediately win you the game. Mutable Explorer and Bloom Tender are both excellent ramp creatures in different
Free
ways.
games from Epic. No,
Essentially, the
I don't
Explorer
bother with
creates
Epic.
free power across 2 bodies while also putting a land into play. And both bodies contribute to whatever kindred synergies you have. Bloom Tender will regularly tap for 2
Yeah, Bloom
or
Tender's
even
good.
3 mana on most turns. An insane
Excellent
amount
even.
of extra
I
mana
like
to
the Mutable
work with
Explorer,
from a
too.
card you only spent 2 mana on up front.
Yeah. Definitely good. Mana fixing.
fixing takes a slightly different form in Lorwyn Eclipsed than it does in many limited sets. That's because
Did
there's
you get
not a
some free
cycle of
ones there,
common
Resborg?
dual
What'd you get?
lands to help you meet your color requirements. Yes, the 5 color pairs get shock lands at the rare slot. But
Yeah,
this is
shock
not something
lands,
you can count
shock
on opening
lands,
in your sealed
shock
pool.
lands.
Lorwyn Eclipsed features some
That's
of
the name of the game
strongest green color fixing
in this
at low
set.
rarities
Everybody
that
wants
we've
to get
seen
there,
in a
Phil.
limited environment in quite
We
some
need 'em.
time. Great Forest Druid is an excellent mana dork. 4 toughness makes it a solid
Yeah,
blocker,
Great Forest
and
Druid,
tapping for
excellent.
any color gives you a lot of flexibility to splash colors at the top of your curve.
I'm
Sugarwild's
tempted to
Grove
say
is
it
also
might be
excellent
better
ramp
than
and
Birds of
fixing at
Paradise.
2 mana, though this one makes you choose what color you want to fix for when it enters. Still, not being a creature means it's less vulnerable to removal, making it a reliable way to accelerate your mana. Outside of green, the best fixing available comes from an incomplete cycle of hybrid mana creatures with excellent
I mean the
UTVs.
flying though, right?
Kithkin,
The birds are just
Merfolk, goblins, elementals, and
Okay,
elves
what's he saying?
each have
Eclipse Boggart is cool. Bring it on, Snoop. Eclipse Boggart. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You reveal a Goblin Swamp Mountain. Put them in your hand. Put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. I don't know. Eclipsed Elf. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an elf. Yeah, they're all the same. These are all the same, and I don't like them.
an eclipse creature. A hybrid mana 2 or 3
I just
drop
don't.
that looks at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal
Yeah, I
a
take it back,
land
Snoop.
with
Really,
one of its
the
2
birds
colors,
are-
or a card that shares a creature's
It's gonna be
name.
hard to ever
These
make a
5
better
creatures are premier
mana dork than the
uncommons
Birds of
for their
Paradise.
respective
But
archetypes.
0/4 for
Blue and red
2,
specifically
any
have
color
basic
is
land
close.
cyclers at
It's
common,
close. But
none of the
without
other 3
flying, it's
colors
just not
do.
there.
Every color pair has access to a few good colorless fixtures at low
yeah,
rarities. The most useful
Land
lands at low
cycling.
rarities for fixing are Evolving Wilds and Eclipse
Well, of course.
Realms. This set's
Give me the
variation
Evolving
on an
Wilds.
unclaimed territory style creature typal land.
Pre-release
Kingsland
gold.
Blightbinder is an
Those
excellent
Evolving
common for
Wilds.
pretty much any deck. Fixing your mana while providing a body that
Yeah,
counts
exactly.
towards
It's true.
whatever kindred
It's true.
synergies you may have in your deck. All right, let's
Okay,
take a
can
look
we
at
can
the
we
deck.
agree though that the Druid is better than the Land of War Elves, which is essentially a birds without flying? I think that the 2 cost 0/4 any color is better than the Land of War Elves. I'm gonna
that I built using
throw that
my
out there.
pre-release pool, which I opened
think it is.
earlier in the video. As always, the very first thing I did was to look at my rares. I noticed I had a lot of rares in Abzan colors,
A
including
taster
a
of wares.
green-black Shockland. Nice. I also had a powerful payoff for going deep
Absolutely
in a
it
kindred
is.
synergy. Chronicle of Victory.
Chronicle of Victories.
My only white rare happened
Love
to be
it,
one of the few
but
non-Golgari
probably not
elves,
great for
Reese
pre-release.
Evermore. This suggested I could
'Cause
play
it's tribal.
an Elves deck if I had sufficient mana fixing. But on the other
I guess
hand,
we'll see
my
tomorrow,
red rare
right?
would also be very powerful in a red
Soul Immolation. There's going to be somebody that hits a tribal deck. They're going to hit an elf tribal, or a goblin tribal, or an elemental tribal, and they're going to win every game they play.
3 mana dorks at 2 mana, as well as 2 changeling wayfarers. In fact, the vast majority of my 2 mana plays were in green. 2 mana plays are very important and limited. That's because if you have one and your opponent doesn't, then you're immediately ahead early game. I decided to try a green-black deck with a light white splash, with the help of my multicolor fixing. Immediately, I liked the look of this deck. The curve is excellent and my fixing is great. I'm able to play most of my rares, and the best rare in my pool, Chronicle of Victory, is being maximized to the fullest extent.
So he's managed to
sooner, and 2 copies of Midnight Tilling
to do an
help
elf
find
deck.
it. What's more, I have 15 total elves if you include
15
the
elves.
changelings, which means I'm likely to
So
get
you see,
several
like,
card draw
somebody's
triggers out of
gonna
my
get
Chronicle
something like
anytime
this
I'm able to get it in play.
in
I
their
decided to include
pre-release.
2 copies
I
of
feel like that's going to be
Scarblades
hard to
Malice
do,
because
considering
there's
all
bit
of the
removal,
different
and I made
tribals that are
great
in
use
it.
of the elf tokens
Most
it
people are going to
produces.
get too much of a
Overall,
mix.
This is an excellent elf deck. One I would
Yeah,
be
this would
really
smack.
happy to build and play with this weekend at my pre-release events.
That, I mean, if you had exactly what he got there, chances are you're going home with 4 or
And there
5
you
packs.
have it.
Extra
Everything
packs.
you need to know to succeed at Lorwyn Eclipsed pre-release. Pre-release events are never something you want to miss, but this one, this pre-release, will be something
Well, that's what he says he
particularly
pulled.
special. If you'd like to see these cards
Right?
actually played,
what
in
he
a
says he
pre-release
pulled is
event,
what's
you can
on his
check out
channel.
our newest episode of Shuffle Up
Remember,
and
it's a
Play
show.
with Sam, aka Ristic
We didn't
Studies,
see him
Aaron
physically
Hansen,
crack
and
those
Zach Gold,
packs
where we
and
crack
place each
open
card on
a
the table.
pre-release
We
box of
didn't.
our own and
He
play with the cards we
pre-cracked
just
those
discussed.
packs,
But whether
and
you
then he
check out
placed.
that video
He
or
had
just
them
want
laid
to
out
hear
on the
best
table,
cards from this new
and then he
set
started
are
organizing
Commander,
them. Right, so
please note that this is an exceptional set, one that will be
juice
talking about
box
for years and
or
years to come. If you haven't
guaranteeing that
already,
he's
try
going
and
to
sign
have a
up
good
for
show. I don't
pre-release
know.
this weekend
You tell me.
at your local game store. It's
He's
something
very
that Clarion
produced, right?
Community
So
College says is
I would
absolutely worth it.
hazard a guess that some of those cards were added in. Because, I mean, who's getting 15 elves? I guess it's possible. 15 elves and the banner? I guess it's possible, right? And the Shocklands, like... Yep. So, I mean, it's possible, but I think it's produced. You know, just saying. Just saying. No, you know, insult. That's what you do when you're a big streamer like the Professor. You got to have, you know, a really tight show, and you got to have things really, really produced. And so I would hazard the guess that that was probably produced and baked into the episode for him to have that deck. Yeah, that's probably maybe you're right. Maybe they are doing that to be honest. But I mean, if you're producing a big show like that, you don't have to be, right? You just don't have to be. Anyway, let's go on back over to the table, because I just wanted to share something with you guys before we go. I like pre-release so much, and it's difficult, like, when you're there to get everything kind of organized and have, like, not take up too much space and, like, have everything that you need for pre-release. So I picked up a little something to help me do that, you know, without taking up a giant amount of the table and, you know, ticking everyone off. So, like, I usually have my backpack, got a couple snacks in there, a couple drinks, and, you know, a bunch of boxes and things of like tokens and dice and cards, you know, card sleeves and all that stuff. So I thought, you know what, why not get the Academic Gamegenic. They're not paying me or anything, you guys. I'm not doing an advertisement. I'm just saying I picked this up because it's going to help me with my pre-release. And I do love to go to these pre-releases, so it's nice to have something that, like, I've already got everything I need, and you know, then I can just kind of pack my stuff up, and it's easy to move from table to table because I can just pack it all up quickly and not drop anything on the floor, not have to search around in between the Chewbacca's, smelling everybody's wonderful essence. There's a lot of good essence at pre-release, if you didn't know. There's a lot of very potent essence at the pre-releases. I mean, this would work for sealed, like, of any kind, really. But yeah, check this thing out. Pretty cool, hey? I like the Gamegenic stuff because like the lids come right off. And this is like the Tolarian College edition. That's the only ones they had of this academic version. So shout out to the professor who we just watched and his awesome Tolarian College stuff. So check it out. It's neat because it has a big spot here for cards, right? And so you can see it's got like this divider here. And everything's like magnetic. So, wait, there's another... Right, this whole part opens up. And you've got more little cubbies that are also little trays. Right? So you got these cubby trays. And you can put cards in it. Or you can put dice in it. Or like life counters. Right? So there's two of these nice little drawers, right? And then also the top, right? Now, reason I got this is because I saw someone bring it, and I was like, man, that's perfect for doing sealed events. Look what's in here. There's a little printed token. It's not official, but it's a squirrel token. Look, he's cute too. He's really eyeballing that nut. Give me that nut. Give me that nut. I don't think that's what Eazy-E intended, but there you have it. So yeah, this is what I decided to get, because I can put tokens in here, right? And you can put sideboard or something in there. You can have sleeves. So I gotta get a different color, but I have like this pack of sleeves. And I've, just to be convenient, I've sleeved up some lands of all colors in amounts that, you know, whatever deck I want to make, I've got sleeved lands for it, right? And then I don't have to go messing about sleeving store lands and that sort of thing. So, got that. And I stole this out of my Final Fantasy deck box. Oh, I didn't realize it kind of shone like that. It's cool. Yeah, I can kind of like use that to keep things separated, right? And then I've got empty sleeves, matching empty sleeves, to put the cards in, right? How many of these? None of these. I did actually. I returned all of the lands that I accidentally took home with me. I don't like to say stole because I took them back. But it's easy to forget. No, these are all lands that I've pulled. Oh, I didn't realize I had a foil one in there. I was just trying to keep some like non-foil full arts. You know, a little bit of bling. Even got a Lord of the Rings land in there. A little bit of bling for the pre-release nights, right? There's Emrakul. Everybody, Emrakul. Are you Emrakul? Or are you Emra Uncool? See a little LOTR. These mountains are really cool. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, just a bit of bling. I put the Spider-Man ones that I had in here, too. How many should you bring? Oh, what did I take? 15 of each? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10. I got 10 of each. And, you know, if I need more, I'm never going to go single color in pre-release. You're just not gonna get that many cards that all work together that are great in one color. So expect to play at least 2 colors. So if you have 10 of each, you should have enough, right? So that's 50, right? So you'll need 50 sleeves, 10 of each land. I mean, you could add in some like colorless lands, but I don't think you really should or do need to do that. Not even sure if you can do that. But yeah, you wouldn't really need to. You're gonna bring those, and then of course you might get some dual lands or some non-standard lands as well. Cool thing is, like, once that's out, you can just kind of put this on it, so it all stays in the same footprint, right? And then boom, you've got your sleeves and stuff. There's space here for tokens, or if I really wanted, it's on the other side, or no, it's on this side. I could put tokens in these drawers, right? So these drawers, they fit cards as well. There's a little bit of dust in there. But it's really nice. I like the black with the purple. And yeah, it just all sits nicely. And then it just takes up, one little spot. Like, it's large, but it takes up one spot, on next to you, and you're not like fiddling around or trying to open things to get at stuff. Everything's right there, right? Everything's right there. And you can grab your tokens, you can grab your dice, which I picked up some dice to use for counters and stuff for when I do these events. And I think tomorrow when I go to the pre-release, I'm going to start the stream just before they say go ahead and open the packs, right? And then I'm going to stream it. I may not interact a whole bunch, but I'm going to stream. So tomorrow's stream is going to be me opening up the pre-release packs. I'm going to set up my camera in front of me and we'll open them together. So I may not do a whole lot of talking because I don't like to go and do videos in public and, like, I don't know. For me, it's kind of annoying, so I feel like I don't really want to go out there and annoy people. I feel like it'll be annoying enough even just to have my camera out. So we'll do it. But I'm probably not going to be like, hey, everybody, we're doing the thing here and down on live and doing this and that. You know what I mean? I'm probably not going to ham it up. Kind of like, I don't know if you were there for the stream that I did with my buddies when we went for a beer at the Chop House there. It'll be kind of like that. And yeah, of course, you'll get to see all the packs that I pull. Oh, there's a fair bit of little dusties in there. I'm going to have to clean that out. Anyway, check these out. I bought the clear ones. It's like clear black. Drop them all over. I think I missed a few there. Okay, Abby, you're not behind me. Okay, let me just get those. Yeah, I dropped a couple. Anyway, yeah, these are just cute little dice that you can use, as counters. Right? Like, you can see they're like the clear, but it's dark. It's like smoky black. I feel like that was kind of the best match that I found. I almost went purple. I was like, purple or black. There wasn't really black, so I went with these. Yep. Yeah, Resborg, you don't have to take them. When you go to the release, the LGS will also provide lands. So you don't have to take your own. But if you pre-sleeve some, like I've done, it will save you time when you're building your deck. Because you get, X amount of time to do the pre-release, like open your packs, organize your cards, actually craft your deck, sleeve it up, and then play, right? Like there's only a certain amount of time that they're going to give you. And so if you can save a bit of that time for deck building by pre-sleeving a bunch of lands, well, by golly, you should do it. If you have the means, right? If you've got the sleeves. And the thing is, too, is like, I usually double sleeve stuff, but at pre-release, you really only want single sleeves because you're not going to have time to double sleeve your new cards, or at least if you do, it's going to take a chunk of your time. So I just single sleeved all these so that I can single sleeve the cards that I do for pre-release, and bada bing bada boom, I'm ready to go. Right? I don't want to spend as much time. I want to have as much time as I can for deck crafting rather than deck sleeving. If you see what I mean. It's just the way to go. And I got all my nice little dices here. And you know what? When you show up with this and you're like, boom, put that down. A lot of people are going to be like happy that you have these little dice. You can let the person opposite you use these dice. It's a friendly thing. You know, it's a nice thing just to be able to be like, yeah, go ahead, use some dice. But yeah, that's my plan. That's how it's going to go. I have my previous one is it's much smaller, but it's very cool. I do have a previous box that I used to use, like when Edge of Eternities came out. I picked this one up, but now I'm just going to use it for a new deck. I'm going to make a new deck and use this. But this one just had the single little holder there. And this doesn't come off. So in pre-release, it was just kind of awkward. And then it does have this little guy that comes out, and I've got the nice matching dice for this one as well. I'm a bit of an accessory sloot, if you hadn't noticed. I love my accessories. This one, I had to have it. But again, I thought it would be great for pre-releases. It just hasn't been, because when you go to like put this away, so like let's say, okay, I'm going to play a game. You can't just have this open, because you see like this whole thing is like flapped open. It doesn't come off, right? Sure, you can flip this up, but this is still open. So it's kind of like, well, what I was doing was closing this and then having these both on top like this. But then it was easy to knock this off and, you know, knock this off too. Or you could have it beside, and then of course it's taking up too much space width-wise. So it's just like, this isn't working for my pre-release streams. It's going to be better for just, I think what I'll do is end up making a commander deck box that I can take to my friend David's place, because I do have a buddy that I play commander with, not as often as I play with my other friends at the 60 card format table, but this will be great for commander nights, because, you know, I got my dice, I got everything I need, right? Definitely fits the 100 cards. So yeah, how many lands of each? I already said, yeah, I would say 10. 12 wouldn't be bad, but I mean, if you do 10 of each, that's 50 sleeves, right? And if you've got 100 sleeves, that leaves you with 50 more sleeves, right? So Snoop's not wrong. You could totally do 60 sleeved cards, because you're going to do a total of a 40 card deck. You're going to have more sleeves than you need if you have 100 sleeves, right? But for me, I just felt like, okay, 10's a good number, because you're going to have 17 lands. You want 17 lands in your pre-release 40 card deck. If you have the 17 lands, then you're much more likely to hit your turn 3 third mana, and you're much more likely to have 6 mana on turn 6, which you're going to want to do. You're between dividends? Oh, I see. I see. Well, then you play with what you have, right? If you don't have any sleeves, don't use them, right? Just use what you have, play with what you have. Yeah, that's how we got to do it. I am fortunate enough that I work more than full time, and I spend all my discretional money on baloney like this. You do not have to have this. This is not, it's not a requirement. It's a luxury item. And, I really wanted to have one after I saw somebody using one. And now I have it. And I'm honestly, I'm very happy with it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's deep enough even to hold one of these guys, but let's check it out. Maybe not. That's the trick, isn't it? I wonder if one of these side things. Oh, hey, those fit right in. That went handily in there. I could actually, you know, keep a couple of these counters in here. That's pretty sweet, hey? Perfect fit. Just slid right in there. That made me so happy, you guys, when it just fit right in. Isn't that great? Haha. Yeah, so that's my new box. Now, the other thing I brought up was I've got this box that I've been lugging around with counters. And so, like, I could, you know, go through the counters and see, okay, maybe this would be something I need to have. Honestly, though, I'm probably not going to need much other than, like, maybe some copies. Right, I've got some copy cards, treasure tokens. Right, these are all double-sided tokens too, so I could pop some treasure tokens in there. Oh, that's a nice one. And then also, of course, there's some of these are the double-sided. Of course, is like not themed on theme at all, right? So this is why I kind of prefer single-sided tokens. Because I don't have to like try and decide, you know, which, like what place I want to put that token in, right? Like these are all, obviously I use these as copies. These are all, obviously I'm going to use them as treasures, right? But it can sometimes be difficult to decide which one am I going to use. And so and then I've got food tokens, right? Food tokens galore. I can stick some in there. Want a hot dog? Hey, have you guys seen that dude that has like, he's like cut these cards and he's made this like super long hot dog? It's getting a little ridiculous, I think. Yeah, I'll probably stick some food tokens in there. But see, I need more dividers too, and I think I've got one or two kicking around here. I might have one actually. Yeah, I got this green goblin. I can use that. See, like that goes right in. And you can use these. This is from a pre-release. Or no, this might be from the Spider-Man gift bundle. One or the other. I did go to the pre-release. But yeah, you get these in the pre-release boxes. And they work great for dividing stuff, right? So I can put that there, and then I can put tokens on the other side. Robots. I don't think there's any robots or landers in this one, but I mean, I could easily put some of those in there too, right? Like it's a kit. It's not for specific pre-releases. It's for all pre-releases. So I'll probably slot some of these in too. Then I've got creatures. Right, I don't necessarily need to bring these. You know what I love? Fish tokens. Especially these. If you have one of these in foil, please send it to me. I want one of those foil fish. I think it's one of the most beautiful tokens that's ever been. The rabbits are nice too. The foil rabbit, even nicer. Right? So, might be some stuff on the backs here. But yeah, tokens, man. Look at this foil dog. Can I pet that dog? Abby's got her head on my lap right now. You guys can't see her, but she's looking for a little attention. I'm gonna have to probably cut the stream soon, so I'm probably not gonna go ahead and actually like put all these in here. Was I sharing this? Did I share these on Discord? Huh? What are you guys talking about now? Then we got hero tokens. This is like creatures, soldiers, right? Soldiers, humans, right? Like I mean, they're kind of useful. But like, see, I've chosen humans for these ones instead of treasure tokens. But there's a lot of treasure tokens here too, right? There's landers, like, see what I mean? Like, where do you put all these? What do you slot them in? There's more treasures, right? Wizards. It's hard to decide with these double-sided ones. Oh, the hot dog token thing. Yeah, I was talking about that a while back. It was when Spider-Man was a thing, right? This is one of my favorite tokens right here. I only have one of them. The laser beak token. Fantastic. He's sitting on a basketball hoop. So good. There's some good tokens in here, actually. If you collect tokens. Coma's Coil. Those are useful. Elementals. Actually, yeah, maybe I should... I don't think this is the type of elemental that I'm gonna need tokens for, though. Spirit tokens. Vampires. Zombies. These are great. Great tokens to have. Sliver Soup. There it is. There it is, Snoop. Sliver Soup. Phyrexian Golems. Energy. We just need a little energon and a lot of luck. More than you can imagine, Optimus Prime. I love these too. These are just super handy to have. Any card you want that's double-sided, you've got your placeholder. Ral, Crackling Wit. Yeah, these are cool. Bloomburrow tokens. Starscape Cleric. Those Bloomburrow tokens are great. Sliver Jacuzzi, yeah. Yeah, what do you guys think? Soup or Jacuzzi? Soup, I say. The bowl is, it's more soup. He looks like he's enjoying it like a jacuzzi. But jacuzzis also have air bubbles. Right? Like, that's the point of the jacuzzi. It's that it's an air system. This is Sliver Soup, in my opinion. I think we cracked the case just now, Snoop. Or is it Sliver Snoop? Huh? Yeah, maybe it's Sliver Snoop. All right. Anyway, that's kind of me, ready and prepped now for the pre-release tomorrow. I feel like I could get some extra, even more dice in there. Right? Look at this special Tolarian edition. I mean, maybe the professor would be proud, but maybe not if he watched my video and saw how much I disagreed with him on the pre-release. Which cards would be great in the pre-release? I didn't disagree with him on everything. And he's been playing, well, I wouldn't say maybe longer than I have, but I mean, he's played more than me for sure. And he's definitely more of an amazing professional streamer than I am. So, is it uncouth for me to disagree with the professor? I don't think so. I think everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And I feel like he would roast me, but he would also say, you know, I'm entitled to my own opinion. Probably. He's a nice guy like that, right? Anyway, you guys, thanks so much for joining me here on Smith Stack. Pack a Day Habit. Your host, Adam. What the heck did I do with those cards? Just a reminder, your card of the day was Discontinuity. Istanbul and Constantinople, Discontinuity, Continuidopal. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Smith Stack, Pack Day Habit. We're going to be going to a new format with edited videos Monday to Friday that should be scheduled up for you guys at 4 p.m. We're going to keep the streak alive. It's going to be one pack, short video. And then on the weekends, we're going to do streams like this still. Fridays, though, probably still going to end up being, you know, the edited video at 4 p.m. What that does for me, you guys, it saves me some money, and it also allows me to do the streak longer, allows me to keep going on this, allows me to afford a little bit more other stuff. And the biggest thing, it gives me my evenings back. Gives me a few more evenings back. It's been a struggle. As much as I love being here and hanging out with you guys, it's been tough on Abby, and it's been a little tough on me. Oh, dag blaggit! There's MTG Hillbilly. We were talking earlier about how you were kicking it on the pre-release, with the early access yesterday, and I was watching you, and I mentioned that it seemed to me like the elves are going to be really good, and that I didn't really like the look of the merfolk so much. I wasn't huge on the blight as much. But I feel like if you can get an actual tribal elf deck going, you're probably going to win a bunch of matches at the pre-release. What do you think? Love to hear your opinion before we log off. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to log off here pretty soon because we've been on now for a while. Just went through my pre-release setup. Got some stuff here ready for the pre-release tomorrow. Got some lands pre-sleeved, ready to go. Extra sleeves, space for tokens. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, the blue mirror form, hey? Okay. You heard it here first, folks. The blue mirror form is busted. If you get one of those, you want to try and work it into your deck. And remember, if you're playing pre-release, it is best to go with kind of 2 main colors and splash a third if you need to, especially with this set with the Vivid. If you do splash a third color, you could, potentially take advantage more of those Vivid cards, especially if you're using those dual colors, you know what I mean? Where it's like not exactly like one of each type of color, it's like either or. Those ones can get you the rest of the way for your Vivid. And yeah, it's probably going to be a good strategy, I think. In some cases, if you can manage, if you get enough of those cards, you could utilize some of the Vivid, but I don't know if anybody's really going to be getting all 5 colors and doing lots of Vivid and all that. I don't really know if anybody, there's not going to be too many people that get full-on tribal decks and can take advantage of the banners or the big cost tribal payoff cards. I just don't see it being big in pre-release, just because of the way it goes, right? Like you're gonna get things out. There's not as much removal in this one, so there's a chance you'll make it, but people are gonna focus on keeping removal. So gaining board advantage is always pretty tough in pre-release. So I wouldn't count on those big payoff tribal cards at the end, but we'll see. We're gonna have to check it out tomorrow. Anyway, once again, always a pleasure, you guys. I'm honored to have you guys here. Please like and subscribe, and check out MTG Hillbilly and Leyline of the Guild Pack in Standard. Well, in Standard, yeah. Check out MTG Hillbilly, you guys. He does MTGA, and real fun and nice job of it too. So definitely go over and take a look at his channel. Snoop is on Twitch at SnoopDG64 on Twitch. So check him out too if you get a chance. He's a cool dude, and love having him around here too. Lord of the Decks is also on YouTube. He's the Lord _ Forbidden Decks. Check him out. He's got he's not on right now, he's sleeping. Dude's been going through some stuff, so check him out. He's got a GoFundMe going on right now. So, help him out if you can. Of course, if you can't, don't worry about it. But yeah, if you can, slide on over there and see what you can do. Resborg, big love to you, man. I hope your procedure goes really well. I hope you have a great time at the pre-release. And I hope your first pre-release is a banger and, treats you super well. Hope you get great pulls. Snoop, I'll see you tomorrow. I hope that you do get to go to some pre-releases. Let's chat. Maybe I can help you out, get you to a pre-release or something. But yeah, you too, Resborg, take care. And yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye now.